It didn't look like there were some lane matchups that it got punished in, and
and now we're
I don't have a great answer for you,
no, but that's the thing. But I think it's an important thing to bring up now when we are seeing it. Now we can keep our eye on that hero as the last pick does come in on the side of Liquid.
I was actually thinking about Venomancer, but it's so hard to actually predict what Team Liquid is going to pick. They have this like unique style, and you never know what they're going to surprise you with. This is the hero that
why though?
It's not going to die. I think they just need someone to pressure the towers. It's not a control against the puck. I feel like they feel Enigma, Grimstroke, and GH on this Earth Spirit is going to be enough to control the puck.
I mean, it's a comfort pick for Liquid, and I think that's important when you talk about playing around a stand-in. You give him a Tumberman, a hero that he has both a lot of comfort on and ability to steamroll one ahead and play from parity or a little bit behind. I think it's a hero, though, that Ori's going to do fine against. So I was expecting them to go after the puck a little more.
Okay. Venomancer is the hero, the boss hero of these utility items. The hero can build anything, so whatever you need, he can build. Crimson Guard, Pipe, Mech, Urn, or whatever, Aghanim Step, or Staffs. Any kind of team fighting item, he can get it.
Yeah, we're going to have to see which route they do take. We're ready to jump in right now to the game. We're going to have to see if Liquid's going to be able to take it in a 2-0, or if we're going to bring this all the way to a Game 3.
Thanks so much, Rich. Game 3, is it in the cards? Fogged? We're hopping into this Liquid versus ViCi. What do you think? Is the Veno what Liquid needed?
I mean, it's pretty nice because they've got this TB and this Enigma, which are these like super powerhouse heroes, and it's Liquid, right? I was looking at you like right before they even picked the hero, and I was thinking it's gonna be some like Bristle or Venomancer. It ends up being this one. They just love playing this like disruptive hero on Matu. If he's not playing like the Monkey King, which he played phenomenally in the last time, it's just this disruptive hero, and for this one, it's just like this tower protector and this pressure in lanes where he doesn't really have to be there too much. It's gonna be so annoying, and this hero always causes a bunch of problems.
We gotta get Nahaz on the stats of how many times he's played Venomancer, because holy crap, this guy plays this hero all the time. I remember like seeing him on streams and stuff, playing Veno constantly.
Plays it in pubs.
All the time. Who plays Veno in pubs?
He loves playing. He plays it. I'll spoil this one too. He plays it in party queue.
Oh god.
He picks it in party queue, and I party queue with.
It's like Jack, except Jack goes to the jungle and makes everybody cry.
He does. So let's see. We have the Ori puck. So it's a pretty confident ViCi going for like this 4 protect 1 strategy versus an Enigma, which can be a little bit devastating because, you know, your Enigma just can focus fire onto the Luna and the Tidehunter. If he's able to ever get those two together, it's going to be really hard for them to disrupt if he actually does go for like the BKB. And Tidehunter, you know, sometimes we see that, you know, Tidehunter is like the combo breaker because you can, you know, crack and shell off of the RP and crack in a channeled black hole on yourself.
Nope. No, it's a bad time. It's one of the biggest sort of counters that you end up seeing to Tidehunter.
Yeah.
Like Disruptor being one of those other ones, or Void or something like that. So I definitely like it a lot. And I think that while Puck does have some of those problems of like sort of static damage, the best time that you can have him is if you coil a couple people and say, all right, Luna's just going to beat you while you're stuck here.
Yeah, that's the one thing. I think that's why they actually picked this Puck. It's that they have really good things that synergize with the coil. They have a Chain Frost and they have an Eclipse. You get coiled, you're going to get hit by that Chain Frost and you're going to get hit by that Eclipse inside of it. Or you're going to have to break your coil and then you're stunned forever. I'm really curious about this mid matchup because I think Matu's really going to struggle. This is Ori's, in my opinion, either his like first best or his second best hero overall, and it's a clear base damage advantage.
Oh, Fade! One last punch. The Kuro Painty Man gives him the kill. And with that, it's going to be first blood going towards Team Liquid. The other thing to maybe watch for, we did see the Ags Tusk earlier. Maybe you get the coil and give him a little kick as we see another punch here onto Yang, and another kill.
That first meta usage, very successful for Liquid to guarantee their lane. They even have kept the lane equilibrium down bottom.
Oh my god. That's really good.
Yep.
Yeah, normally you see that just get all messed up if you're going for those kills.
If you're going for those, especially if you're going for like the 2 of them, like you're like, oh man, you know, lane gets pushed out, but no, they kept it in the right place.
Well, speaking of being in the right place, ViCi wrapping around behind the tower and able to find mind control. So he's been getting the business this match. He got destroyed last time, and I mean, obviously made a big impact on that Darkseer later. Probably can do the same thing on this Enigma. was on.
Both heroes kind of have the same concept of being able to just retreat and jungle a little bit, right? Enigma, same thing as that Darkseer. But ViCi, they want to punish him the second time as he steps up, gets those Eidolons.
Oh.
And they will get all of them.
Oh my god, the tag team for the kill.
Yep.
Get it? Oh, you could have denied that.
He tried. I think he tried.
We're going to bring in GH here, give him a little bit of a better time. And the plus side of this Enigma is that you're still getting denies on range creeps, even when you're not necessarily doing a lot. As
Oh my god, Ori.
Back top lane.
Sorry. Ori jaunted to try to dodge Matu's Gale, and he actually jaunted into Ancients and lost his entire health pool. That may have just changed the entire matchup. He has to bring a salve now probably on the courier, and he was getting close to bottle. That's huge for Matu, because he was losing in the last hits kind of significantly.
Oh man, that would have been dead, I think, for the puck. Yeah. He got caught by that.
Maybe. But that's huge though. He literally took 400 damage from Ancients.
A little bit of a misplay there. We'll get punished because of it. Yep. Paparazzi, meanwhile,
reset, please.
Trying to deal with these Eidolons yet again as they bring GH up. It looks like Mind Control's gonna have a better time because of it. Well, so far so good. I mean, how much is that a detriment as far as like the whole laning stage goes?
It should still be. I mean, for Ori, he's still gonna have a good time. It's just that base damage advantage over a Venomancer. You're 76 on puck. You have a better way to force the wave out constantly. I just was like, when I first saw him jaunt, I thought he actually got the Prowlers, and I thought he was dead.
Oh, okay,
because if it was Prowlers, he was 100% dead on the puck there, and it would have been a kill to Matu.
So Yang against Shadow, after those first couple of deaths, has been able to equalize in this lane since they brought GH to the top side, and the roll in going to hit instead onto DY. Makes this a little bit tough to get the initiation. Yep. Maybe could have kicked Paparazzi under tower if he hit on him.
Perhaps, yeah. Kick is a little bit, the distance is a bit small right on the first few levels.
Yeah.
But maybe. As yeah, we see mid, Ori still be able to control those last hits, but yeah, the biggest winner, like you were mentioning, because GH had to go top to try to help this dive that's coming out.
Oh, nice catch there with the Lucent Beam by Paparazzi.
Very nice. And GH's movement top is seeming kind of painful for Liquid here, because now, like you said, Yang bottom has completely kind of caught his own grip of bottom lane. He's almost level 5 on the Tidehunter now too, and yeah, GH just dies top too. So. Bit of wasted movement there coming out from it.
And this isn't necessarily an easy lane for Shadow either. Although Tide did not go for any points into Gush in this lane stage, just wants to mitigate whatever damage Shadow's doing and make sure he doesn't take any right clicks either from that.
I mean, this is such a happy Yang though. He's like, I'm 0-1, whatever. 20 last hits on the Tide.
Yeah.
Gonna have his Soul Ring or his whatever item he decides to go for soon. And he just walks into the neutral camp. He's like, okay,
fight me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's doing nothing. And GH is going to move in.
They've got mana though, so this is where they could try.
All right, Inkswell on top of Yang, going to get the stun. Does he get the... Well, Kraken Shell, doesn't matter. Yang just going to pop. And Shadow gets the kill.
Bit over-aggressive. Got very confident, but yeah, with meta they have the damage. And top, the return kill.
He gets the deny first.
Yeah, he takes out that range creep. He's like, if I'm dying, at least I'll deny something.
3-3. 5 minutes in, bounty runes look like they're going to go 2 apiece for each team.
We see Shadow with that meta usage. She wants to make the most out of it, goes to the Ancients, starts farming his, and gives Kuroki the lane. So Grimstroke is a 5 position in this game, but they're prioritizing Kuro getting some levels.
Yeah, that will definitely be nice. Even though they don't necessarily have the best of combinations.
Sure.
With the Soulbind, still the levels on that hero make all the difference in the world as Mind Control gets the D-ward.
Yeah, they have, I mean, they don't have great ones, but like even just like the small little like mini stuns that can come out from like a Malefice can be kind of annoying. But
oh my god, so much action all over the map here as they're going to be able to find another kill onto Mind Control as Ori died in the mid lane. Ooh. So not often that you see an Earth Spirit able to gank the puck like that.
No. Must have used the orb, I guess, aggressively. I wasn't actually looking at mid.
Yeah.
And Matu is caught up with the double Wraith bands and stuff too. His last hits are looking a lot crisper.
6 minutes in. Every time there's a rotation from one side, the other one makes something happen as well.
Yeah.
Looks like Veil is going to be the call for Ori. They do have a lot of magical damage.
With, like we were saying, with Lich and Eclipse, right? Those two, if they get caught in the coil, it's going to be an incredible amount of magic. He's making the move now too. Coil thrown right away.
Got him. The fear pulls him back in, and Well, didn't stand a chance. That could be something interesting. You break the coil with the Sinister Gaze.
I was trying to think of ones that they could use to do it, but yeah, that one's a little bit. It could happen.
Could happen. Yang slowed down again. Matu on top of him, giving him the punches. This guy's just going to TP out of there, though.
What?
In the meantime?
My control. They've got a ward. They see him.
Oh, no. He drops down the Midnight Pulse, but will eventually fall.
He knows the ward's there. Immediately pings it. But this rotation by Ori, he used the coil, and this is all under an Arcane rune. So still has very efficient mana, sitting up high, and his coil is going to be back up in 8 seconds for another move.
I will say, Liquid feel like they've been sacrificing mind control a lot in this series so far.
They really have. I mean, he's just got Soul Ring now. Level 4 on the Enigma. This Tide's level 6.
Dude, they're going back in again. Oh my god, mind control!
Mind control's like, I got the ward though.
Don't worry, everything's fine. Quick, eat a tree. Everything will be okay.
Oh, that's costly though. That's a bit too many now on mind control. It's 5 already. Not for him.
I think he was 0-6 at this point last game, so he's 1 under.
He did have a bit more farm though, right? Like he had just Ion Shells to get him farm. As an Enigma, you can't just Ion Shell. Sure, your Eidolons could farm and stuff, but it's not the same as this Ion Shell that gets you all that. You actually have to be there.
And might have been feeding away some Eidolons here and there as well. We've been seeing Luna take out a lot of them. It feels like 52 last hits, 12 denies on the Luna.
Already Mask of Madness finished up. So it's going to be that Luna versus the Terror Blade farm. As Paparazzi has been boosted just a little bit more, getting all those kills onto Mike.
It is still ViCi that are in the slight lead though. Yep, 7 kills. And feeling quite good about it as they head over here. Kuro, try and take a walk away.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of a gold advantage, but Liquid has a little bit of an experience advantage because of, you know, the Terrorblade jungling and Kuroki getting a free lane down bottom.
Right.
So it's nearly level 6 on this Grimstroke.
Radiant's bottom tower is
They've seen this a couple of times from teams, sort of hiding out in the trees and trying to gather whatever experience you can when people are pushing that tier 1 tower, as it's looking like a smoke up from the Earth Spirit and the Venoman, so they're going to wrap around in the dire jungle, and Paparazzi
get the ward down.
They spot him very briefly here, and Matumbo Man with GH could maybe make something happen, but they're going to go into Kuro in the bottom lane as well, as he is going to Ink Swell and try and get out of there. The shards, it looks like they will be able to find that kill. Meanwhile, in the jungle, trying to take down Paparazzi, they will get that kill as well.
Wow, and he pinged them. You saw that too, like after they put the ward down, he pinged in the area, kind of like seemed like, wait, I'm not sure, I don't know, but and then he just gets caught by them anyway, because they were smoked, only GH is broke.
Big stuff.
Mind Control gets a lot of space out of that too. It gets 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 waves up top, and now gonna get tower pressure.
Suddenly level 6. Got Soul Ring, gonna have boots here.
And
you can see, look at where he's been, just dying over and over again in that lane.
Yeah, I mean, he has no other place to really be in as an Enigma in this game. He has to just pressure this top tower. So, like you said, the Puck was going for the Veil. We look at the Venomancer, same thing, because you look at his side of the team, they have a Grimstroke, they have an Earth Spirit. Great Veil game for them as well.
It's level 9 on that Venomancer. It's currently sitting at the highest level in the game. Terrorblade net worth chart, you can also see he's starting to top it with the Luna being up there in spite of that death.
Yeah.
Hit the 10-minute mark.
She got her, I guess you could call it the item that makes you farm faster first. Right? She got the Mask of Madness finished a little bit before the TB has either the Blade of Alacrity or the Yasha. Now Shadow, with the Yasha coming out, he's going to be able to keep that pace, if not surpass. It's Paparazzi, instead of just straight jungling, he's gone bottom, and you see the build. We saw this done yesterday. The high points in the aura.
Roll in, big initiation. They drop down the ulti as well from Matumbo Man with the coil there to try and turn it. Seeing if they can lifesteal through this to keep that Luna alive, but it's not going to be quite enough. And with that, Liquid find a defining kill as Luna goes down and DY will as well.
BPM talent now picked up by Matu as well. Knows the type of game. Sometimes I haven't seen people grab this Veno Gale, but in this type of game, it's like a Luna. It's usually when you're playing versus like melee type carries, you can keep just that Gale consistently on them, but GPM is. But I have seen more of that Veno.
It does feel like Liquid's strategy in this game is just sort of send Matumbo Man around with this hero and make things happen. They've killed off the other hard carry twice now, and as you said, Shadow's just been left to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I think that's why he likes to play these, like the Bristle, the Veno. You just go. You just go to the enemy team and you're making space.
Yeah.
It's always kind of the way Matsu's, almost always the way he's played for this team, except when he was playing like the Lycan and the Lone Druids and stuff in the past.
Right.
But since then, he's taken the role of Space Maker.
Ori, long duration silence there. Just throw out that Magnetize, and it looks like this puck is likely to die.
Yeah.
Kuro initiated on in the mid lane, but Earth Spirit's going to make that rotation. Can they get anything? They don't have Magnetize here, otherwise I think they fight that with TB nearby, but they call it off, and Grimstroke just going to give up his life.
And immediately you see Matu ports to the tier 2. He's just going to park those Venom Wards, try to stall them so that they can keep getting this farm on the Terrorblade and this farm on the Enigma. We see, right, Mind Control, 0 and 5 from earlier, but all the way up to 46 last hits, and he has a full Midas now on the Enigma.
I mean, he's still going to be behind for a while here, but it's
For
at
sure.
least the beginnings of a comeback, it feels like.
Yeah,
and
for himself.
It's going to take a while for that tier 1 tower to drop, it looks like. At least they're going to send in some illusions, look for a deny. No, not going to happen. Oh, he did! He got it!
He got it!
Oh, Shadow, what a player.
Was sick. That was absolutely beautiful. Did they both hit it with the Venom Wards and the
I think so.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
I thought the Venom Wards got it initially.
Midas for the Enigma.
Yep, Midas Enigma. They've got GPM talent on Veno as well. They're going to have probably the GPM talent on the Grimstroke pretty soon, because Kuroki's been getting a lot of levels this game.
The CDR for the Enigma, which is basically a GPM talent, although it comes at 15.
Yep.
Nonetheless, Paparazzi here going to try and keep up his farm. I mean, we have seen Luna's occasionally take over the game when they're ahead, but it's feeling like Luna's not enough ahead in this game.
No, and she's, like we mentioned, it is a 4 Protect 1. There's a lot on that Luna to be able to actually just straight up carry.
Where do we go from here? It's like Earth Spirit again trying to get set up, and
I don't think
at this point.
ViCi, I think like they want to be able to put some pressure on.
Yeah.
Like we said, like be running around with at least 4 heroes while Paparazzi tries to farm, because Liquid, it's the same thing that they did kind of last game. This one, it's not like they need a BKB or anything for their timing, but they know now they've got a Midas Enigma, and they've got their Terrorblade who's been free farming. Venomancer also having a good time. Like, they're probably feeling pretty good about just farming.
Well, that's why you see ViCi go in there, get the kill on the Earth Spirit at least. Not probably the hero that they would have loved to get, but they take it. We did also see that the Tidehunter ended up getting the Bassi, but it was the Tusk that picked up the full Vlads.
Yeah, I did see that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, Bassi is still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Bassi and Vlads do stack.
Right.
But it's just so useful to have the Vlads on the Tide, though, because it benefits your anchor so much. But maybe they're thinking that they're not going to be always, like, the Tusk is always going to be at the end of the Luna. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Nonetheless, as we hit this 15-minute mark, going to set up for Bounty Runes again. Yang has been able to farm somewhat aggressively here on this side of the map. Has the full hood completed. Might be going towards the pipe soon.
Yeah, good pipe game. Good pipe game on both sides. Just trying
definitely.
to. I don't know if they're going to build one on the side of Liquid. I think it's maybe GH. GH might be the one to do it. Yeah, he's got 2 bracers and a hood queued up at least.
The Veno looks like he has his queued as well, so they might go for it.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah, I actually did see him pick up the hood earlier.
Venom's Embrace. Fade trying to run, but the Snowball onto the creep, seeing if he can walk away afterwards. Shards up Matumba Man, but then backs away. Nice play there to keep him alive, and Puck going in. Soulbind's now onto 2. They're thinking about chasing this one down as well. The Stone is going to go out as well. Can they do enough though? The Chain Frost's already out. Ravage to try and turn this one. They've caught onto 2, and it looks like maybe ViCi can take this fight if Matumba can get run down, but now Shadow shows up, and with that Metamorphosis Pop trying to chase forward and see if he can take down Yang. Matumba Man is still living. So throughout all of that, you can't build out that Venomancer that easily, and Puck is going to get punished.
Oh my god. They had to use so much to kill Mata. Look at it, like Lich almost died as well. It was looking like a great fight from ViCi because they had this high ground position with everybody there, but this Veno is just so tanky with this hood. 1500 HP plus hood. GH actually had missed the silence too in the first roll that he went in for too. Definitely was looking a bit scary, but
that is nuts. And then you compare how much damage also the Veno did in that fight.
Yeah.
47, almost 5,000 damage. What a Venomancer will do.
Veno does, yep. Even if he dies, little wards, and as long as he gets his ulti off. Incredibly significant. And yeah, Mind Control's gotten all the space in the world. Just what we were saying, he's still not all the way at the top, but look at that recovery. He's close to the puck at least, and like we were saying, the BKB, that's going to be huge for them. Nobody can really stop him. once he gets a BKB, there's just free control in the fights for Mike.
Like, it's just been about 200 gold for the Luna as far as killing off those Eidolons. Not the biggest in the world, but, you know, been doing a good job of it. So 16 minutes, and you said that they felt pretty comfortable, Team Liquid, sort of just farming up and stuff, but it shows there in that mid lane that they're capable of taking a fight if ViCi overextend. Yeah,
definitely. Especially, it was kind of like the way it happened, right? It's like, I think they were like, oh my god, wait, everybody's here on the side of ViCi, but Shadow was pretty close because he's farming in that, you know, farming the ancient areas as this Terror Blade. It depends on like the location, but yeah, they're still pretty keen on fighting.
Yeah.
And GH has switched from the Hood. I think he was probably saying like, I want to go pipe, and then Matu's like, wait, I already have one. So
right.
A little bit.
Paparazzi now getting towards that BKB.
He really needs it versus Liquid's lineup. I mean, both sides have a lot of magic damage, so eventually the BKBs will be needed, but they want to get their, you know, first little greedy farming items before they have to for that BKB.
Yeah, 1K net worth lead right now for Team Liquid. Does feel like that could become more and more pronounced. TPs are going to go towards the top lane. That's the Tide Hunter moving in there. The rest of ViCi are on the other side of the map. We'll see if... I mean, it doesn't feel like you want to try and pressure a Tide here under the tower.
No, not when he's got the full finished pipe just now. 1800 HP pipe, like,
ooh,
on a tower. Can be pretty scary.
Earth Spirit on the high ground there. GH, is the smoke going to break? It looks like instead they're going to find it was just a TB illusion. Smoke popped on him as the TB was the real one in the Ancients. And now Earth Spirit wrapping around from the other side. ViCi, they have eyes on him. They're going to snowball up here onto the Earth Spirit, try and take him down at the start of the fight, see if they can burst him in time, and they will be able to. And now Shadow, maybe a bit far forward, but ViCi not comfortable going for the full initiation. He got hit by that Gale. He doesn't have his BKB. Oh, he does have it there. Now pops it. Would have been very deadly otherwise. Chase forward for more. They already dropped down the Midnight Pulse. Shadow trying to walk away, but he's in the coil. Or he gets the silence there as well. Ravage to follow it. Can they burst him in time? The snowball comes through, and they do manage to take down that Terrorblade. Now Matumba Man as Yang walks forward towards him. It's getting a little bit too dicey for ViCi. With no BKB on Paparazzi, they might decide to back out. Although, Ori might just be a bad man. And the Phantom's Embrace able to walk away and hit onto a creep, it looks like.
Gale clips him.
In some trouble, TPing out of there. Malefice on the Yang. No way to TP, break the TP for Ori. Snowball forward, Mind Control still has that black hole if he wants to use it, and thinking about dropping it here. He does connect onto two, and meanwhile on the other side, they end up breaking it. So this fight's looking pretty good for ViCi, but they end up losing the Luna in the end, and that might be about all that she wrote, as Liquid just going to start to lay into this Tide Hunter. He wants to take that Embrace off of him, but it's not happening, as they eventually kill off Yang, possibly? Yeah, it's happening.
Man, Matu is just... They're so scared of him. You saw him running in there trying to kind of like hit him, and he's just too tanky with this pipe because their physical damage is a bit limited. They'd already expended everything, absolutely everything to kill Shadow, and he's alive again now. And Matu gets a, I think it was a 4-man poison over with the Enigma hole on the side there. Oh man.
Big stuff.
They blew out, they lose everything, right? It was Coil, Chain Frost, and Ravage all to kill Shadow.
And normally you think like, all right, this black hole, it's you know, hitting onto two, and that should end up, you know, working pretty well, but then they end up breaking it, and I mean, it doesn't matter that they break it. They kept them away long enough, as it does look like Earth Spirit is going to get ran down here by ViCi. But in the meantime,
kill.
It's Roche.
Yeah. And now that's going to give Shadow, I thought he might maybe, after getting burst down by so much magic damage there, might switch to a BKB, but now he's got an Aegis, so he's like, okay, I can be more greedy. I can go for my Scotty, finish that up, and then maybe go for that BKB if I feel the need to.
How many times have we just seen the Gale just barely clip onto those heroes and then be put in a rough situation, having to pop that BKB early for the Luna?
Exactly.
Now having the Gale summons 2 wards.
Exactly. I was literally about to say that makes the team fights really devastating. If he ever lands like a 2-man Gale, the fight's just like, oh god.
Going to be a Blink Dagger for the Venomancer.
Get in the midst. I think he's realizing if he just gets right in there, gets the poison over, gets the Veil, he will be that distraction for...
That spell amplification for the puck.
Yeah, they both got super buffed. Both of the level 15 talents.
Nice.
Yeah. Because what, it was 50 damage and 10% spell amp, I think, before?
Right.
Pretty sure that was, yeah. Needed a buff. Definitely needed a buff. I really like, the Spellline plus Veil, since they are, the way it works is additive.
Okay.
It's quite strong on the puck.
So 4,000 net worth lead here for Team Liquid.
Ooh, Matu. Look at that, though. He starts porting in, and look, the Tidehunter and the puck, as well as when they have a Lich down below, they just start running from Matu. That says a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't have.
I don't want to be here.
They don't have their big damage deal, like you said, like static damage between the puck and they don't have the Luna there, so.
And that makes it so predictable where it is that ViCi are going to take their fights. Like, Venno doesn't need to know anything else about the game except that Luna is not there, and then he can TP in.
Yep.
Makes it so much easier for them to play. It's the BKB for mind control.
And now team fight seems so hard.
DY does not stand a chance. Is eventually just going to get beaten down.
Got the whole wave.
Awards.
Well, all about the range creep at least.
Tumberman denied it.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Paparazzi just going to keep on trying to farm up. This is his only game plan right now. There's not really a great plan B, at least.
No. That's what he has to do. It's a 4 protect 1, as we said. This Paparazzi needs to be the most farmed hero in the game for them to have a shot versus Liquid. But Liquid, they've got this Tower Blade who's matching the farm, and like we said, Mind Control caught up, even though he's died 6 times. He's got the key items. Has the BKB, very close to Blink. Team fights are going to get a lot tougher and a lot more awkward for ViCi to take.
Oh, in the jungle. Yang, a bit too far forward. The Shard's going to block him off, trying to keep him alive, but not going to happen. He was just getting pretty far forward there.
And now they want to get, Liquid wants to get a little bit more out of this meta usage, go for this tier 2.
There is still the tier 1 standing in the bottom lane, but comfortable pushing forward towards this tier 2.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It looks like it will fall really quickly. ViCi can kind of just come in and maybe throw out a shards or something to pull the creeps. I mean, there is sort of an answer of like a level 25 puck super late down the line, but how often have we really been seeing people even get to level 25? It just doesn't happen all that often. And the Terrorblade and the jump forward coming from a Tumbaman, I mean, they force people back.
Yep, that was the plan. Get the tier 2, threaten, and then you can back up and farm, wait for meta again before you try to take the fight. And yeah, Shadow, he has had that Aegis like we were mentioning, got the greedy Scotty, knows that he can do that because he can go for the BKB afterwards. Definitely feeling a lot of pressure on ViCi.
4-person smoke now. You sort of get the idea that they know that this is happening as GH calls it out, and immediately Mind Control is going to hide off on the side creep wave, push it out with his Eidolons, not show.
Yep, same thing with Shadow. Shadow's just going to send those illusions to push out the top wave too, and it'll start to get a bit obvious. They knew because they have that ward.
It's like ViCi are just not going to be able to do it. And it's just such good like recognition, Liquid, of where their movement's going to go. It's like chess happening in front of us a little bit.
It's just it's the understanding, right? They're just like, yeah, we have Aegis, yeah, we still have like BKB Blink Black Hole, but Shadow doesn't have meta. Like there's no point in us really what would we gain out of getting a fight here? There's no Roche, there's no outer towers that we can like if we do get a fight without this meta, there's no risk in them doing what they just did.
No.
Just sit back, chill, wait for meta, and then they can look.
16-16, but feeling a lot more in favor of Liquid.
Yeah.
And, well, still waiting as the Aegis is just now going to expire. Have about 3 minutes until it's capable of respawning.
This is I mean, not one of the first, but one of the first in a while. I guess I could say that, look at GH and Kuroki's net worth. They're just neck and neck, because Kuroki, he got given a lane, and he's a Grimstroke, so he's got his GPM talent. He's significantly farmed. Look, he's got a Glimmer, he's got an Orchid queued.
Dude, this is the most Kuro's been farmed in a while.
He's got an Orchid queued.
It's Grimstroke, right?
Yeah.
Make it work. ViCi feel like they need to make something happen, though, again, and it's a 5-man smoke. We'll see if they can catch Liquid out this time.
They've got the Butterfly finished on Paparazzi, and they've got all their ultis available, so they want to try to get something on this peak timing. I think the Aegis is reclaimed as well. It is, yep. So...
Again, Kuro there trying to break the smoke, but they're heading towards the mid lane where Enigma might show as the Courier is going to head over towards the secret shop. They want something bigger than Kuro right now, and, well, it looks like they're going to have to settle for that. It might end up being enough to let them push at least a little bit. Kerr will die.
But immediately look at the side lanes, like GH starts forcing bottom, you see Matsu's already heading top. And they don't actually have the wave. Wave ain't there in the mid lane.
Oh, mind control. Stuck around a bit too long. They do have Walrus Punch to try and keep him in position. Shadow gonna throw out the reflection, TP away. There's gonna be broken. Mind control, BKB is not gonna be able to do enough as they just chase him down. Well, that is 26 minutes and getting ready to push towards this tier 2 tower. They have buyback on both of their heroes still.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Okay, well that cuts it down quite a bit.
Yeah.
And now they get to put some aggressive wards down and control a little bit of Liquid's jungle.
I mean, it still definitely feels like if you get a full 5-on-5 fight, it's not going to look that good, but Liquid just keep on throwing 1 or 2 heroes away at them, and jump in, Ravage going to connect on the Matuma Man. He's in the cover of the Glimmer Cape, but it's not going to be enough, but looks like the chase now comes as Shadow is moving forward from this one, the Magnetize, as well as that Poison Nova is starting to really lay into ViCi, and Fade is going to be the other one that pays the price, as well as this Tidehunter, but it's not the big core. Luna is still going to be able to get out of this one, it looks like.
They got 3 though.
Yeah, it's true.
Got the ulti off. And they can turn that one. And that's going to be the BKB finish for Shadow. And they still have, yeah, I mean, My Control's got BKB and Black Hole. And, oh, an Arcane Rune.
All right, that's pretty good.
Arcane Rune plus the CDR level 15 talent.
Oh my god.
He wants to go Midas something.
Give me the Midas. 50-second cooldown.
Very nice.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Has been denied.
All right, Dagon for Puck. They will have Tidehunter back up in 20 seconds. He has buyback as well if they want to be able to defend this. 4,200. 92%. Yummy, yummy.
The efficiencies might... I wonder if you could surpass 100% efficiency on that if you have like Arcane Rune and stuff. No? Oh,
no. All right, thanks, Pimp.
Why? Why? That makes sense, right?
Can't go over 100%. What are you talking about?
I mean, the cooldown reductions in Arcanes technically would, right?
I mean...
Whatever. Jay just like, I hate you, so...
I can hear, oh my god!
Yep.
29 minutes. All right, the movement in. ViCi ready to push again, possibly. I mean, it does feel like they're still needing to keep that pressure on in some way. Maybe they need to wait for Puck to just get super farmed at this point.
They don't have Ravage right now. That's the one thing. But they know that meta is on cooldown from Liquid, so they've got 50 seconds where they're playing pretty confident.
Shadow just pulling that creep wave past.
All right, Roche spawn is DY does scout it immediately. Yeah, but we've been seeing so much. I feel like in the last year or so, I've seen so much more creep manipulation between like illusions and people cutting, not like cutting the next wave, but cutting like the second wave.
Right.
It's like they just go for these really deep plays to mess up the creep equilibrium.
The next level play, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Does set up for a double wave moving towards mid. Shadow, or by the Ancient Camp, is going to come in and try and pull that creep wave back. There's illusions.
Illusion rune top. This is where Liquid definitely wants to try to take something here. This makes the power of Terrorblade with illusions is so much crazier.
Yeah, the Shard's going to block Shadow in there for the moment. He's not quite at that level 20 talent. It can make a pretty big difference, particularly against a Luna.
Yeah. He doesn't have a Vlad's or anything on his team either, so his sustain isn't really the same when he's just tanking a Roche.
Paparazzi's finished a Satanic as well.
Okay.
Need to be careful about this. This does mean she does not have buyback because of gold, 1,500 away. So it looks like they're going to try and keep Roche under lock. I mean, Paparazzi's really big right now.
He is, definitely. Just still, it's always that threat. Just this black hole. Just got to watch your positioning.
Smoked up right now. Enigma is smoked. He jumps in. He's got him caught. The black hole there immediately. Yang can try and interrupt this one, but with the BKB, there's no answer. But there's the Satanic immediately turning this back around. And GH not catching on to anybody at all. They use that Eclipse as well. Paparazzi still living through it for the moment, but Shadow too big, too bad. And in the middle of all of them, the Ravage interrupted after all the BKBs came out. Can they kill off in time though? Luna dies, no buyback. And that might be the thing that turns it. They buy back on the Tusk. They feel like they need to take this fight right now, but everybody from Liquid is so survivable, and now Matumbo Man blinks forward, finds DY, the TP away, Malefice interrupts that one, and done.
Ori wasn't there for the start of the fight. Ori was pushing out the top lane really quickly. Liquid they saw that and they just immediately go for the jump. Shadow does die before he gets the Sunder up, but he does have buyback, unlike Paparazzi, who spent all of his gold for that Satanic. And Liquid, they probably were keeping tabs of that too. They probably saw that was a freshly picked up Satanic.
And it's one of those things where you feel in a moment like, all right, the Satanic, I'm going to be able to turn this one back around, but lacking that second source of damage. And
yeah, they only have the Luna to really dish out that big damage after the, the other spells are all casted. Because, like you mentioned, static damage coming up from Puck. Even though she does have that Dagon to finish off that TB. Once the Luna goes down, it's just not enough.
It also hurts if you're not there for the fight.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she showed up. Yeah, Puck showed up at like the end of it, but
right.
Yeah, he was pushing top.
Luna's back up in 15 seconds, but this is going to be a hell of a fight that they have to take with the Aegis there on the TB.
I just realized I do that pretty often. I call Puck a she, but then I call it a he all the time. But it's an it. But I do it all the time.
It's a dragon.
It's fairy dragon. My girlfriend just loves the hero, so I always just associate it for some reason.
Look at it. Cute little guy. Yeah. Girl. Dragon.
An it.
It. So now, further control gained. Maybe goes for the stats instead of the reflection cooldown.
Okay.
I haven't seen that one that often recently.
No, especially now when you're playing versus something like that, like someone like Luna, who doesn't have anything to actually really remove besides the BKB. She doesn't have a Manta.
Yeah.
But I guess Shadow is just prioritizing just himself rather than prioritizing just stats for himself, trying to survive.
I feel like we've seen a couple of games recently. I think about that AM game the other day where Terrorblade, if you just don't get bursted in time, then you're going to be able to win the fight. And that is kind of what that stats tells me, I guess.
Especially when he's playing versus like all this like spell damage and spell amp, right? The Puck, having this Dagon, it can make sense.
Yeah.
Just wanting him to just be as tanky as possible.
And so it looks like that Arcane Rune held for Puck. I mean, is there another timing that they need to look for? It feels like you need to almost find the Enigma at the start of the fight or something and burst him, but even then you got Terrorblade issues.
I don't know. It's tough. I think they need to have like things that they're playing into Aegis Cheese. I mean, I'm thinking like clicking on Paparazzi. That might be it.
Yeah.
He's got the Rapier queued up, but that can also be scary because they've been clicking on Shadow. They've been seeing Shadow in the fights. They know Shadow does not have a Butterfly yet, but you know this TB, the next item. It's either, I mean, it's more than likely Butterfly, because sure, he could go MKB to go straight dealing with Paparazzi, but they've shown that they can kill him anyway with that.
And maybe you can avoid some of the attacks, but Rapier could be enough. You get lucky, just sort of cross your fingers and hope. It's not a great strategy, but...
You'll kill everyone else, right? You don't just hit the TB, you can hit everyone else with that Rapier. And I guess Matu also has a Halberd.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of evasion.
Then the disarm too, of course.
Yeah, Halberd being like amazing versus those range duos, of course. Those 5-second to disarm.
Can't BKB it off.
No, I mean if he gets it off, and then if Matu gets the Halberd off, and then Paparazzi BKBs, the fight is going to be so bad for ViCi. Just like disarmed his whole BKB.
We do have the refresher that's going to be coming out for Tidehunter eventually. He's got, I think, the gold for it at this point, pretty close to at least. Okay. But obviously wanting to save for buyback as well.
He doesn't have mana. He has to buy mangoes. Yeah, he buys. I was looking. I was like, 325. I don't. With the mango, does he even have enough?
I don't know if he does.
I don't think so.
They can't cast anything else.
I don't know. It's gonna be.
All right. I mean, he could try and break some TPs here. No. Can't do it. So Paparazzi is going to TP away. That was really close to death.
He was just in the tree line there. We see these GPM and CDRs and Midases and whatnot kicking in when this game is just like kind of chilling for a bit. Yeah, Liquid is able to get that much more farm.
I mean, Puck is going to start to become an issue pretty soon. Level 23 right now, and is going to be able to get to that 420 GPM.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the Dagon 5 is going to be significant with all that spell amp.
Yeah. It's just needing to be such a clean fight from ViCi.
Yeah, it's still always this threat, right? It's just this enigma. You have to be so careful of your positioning and so careful of, like, when you split away from Paparazzi. If you walk away from him for a second, you're just going to get black hole. BKB black hole, and then the majority of your damage is gone.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Liquid looking like they want to try and take this opportunity, hitting a strong timing themselves and start to deal the damage to the tower. Wards down, Metamorphosis pop, Shadow staying in the back.
They still have the Aegis for a little bit too, so they're trying to make the most of it.
Not that long left though, only 20 seconds actually. They need to be careful that they don't get caught out as the Aegis expires. Dagon 5 is done. Aegis is really close here to coming off. Shadow still feeling comfortable though. Ori in the backside of all of this, making sure he can break some Blink Daggers.
Gets forced up by his teammate.
All right, and they're just backing out.
And that's what we call making the most out of it, right? Last 30 seconds of the Aegis, they just go.
They still have vision here. Ori's thinking about it. It's so hard though.
Yeah. It's a bit scary.
Gotta feel frustrating, I'm sure.
Who's gonna build the Hex on the side of Liquid? I know somebody. Okay, it's gonna be Matu. You always want to build items, because sometimes, you know, you're talking about how the Grimstroke, you don't really have those partners sometimes, but you can itemize for it, because it works on items too. So you Soulbind, you can double Hex people and whatnot too. And Matu pretty much has it done.
Double Halberd even.
Yeah, double Halberd, double Hex, double Ethereal Blade. I see GH has the Ethereal Blade pretty much finished up. I mean, the double Hex is the big one, really.
Yeah. Has Kuro gotten any closer to that Orchid yet?
He switched.
He
went for the 4-step when he
never gets to have fun.
He's having fun.
He's got 2,200 gold in his bank.
Dude, he's got 56 last hits. Like, that's so much for Kuro.
Happy as a clam. GH is just going to cut some waves up here.
They know that ViCi smoked mid now. They just saw the spells casted, the Dagon as well, and the Illusion.
They're TPing back for GH. Want to find him. Oh! Got him. Yules didn't even need to use the coil. And with that, GH going to try and get away. They know he's over here. Another roll. Oh, he's still getting out of there. There's a Lucent Beam, the Dagon, the chase forward.
He's got a BKB himself, though.
Oh my god,
he's got to make him work for it.
Get out of here. The roll, he keeps rolling. 4 seconds, eat your heart out. Oh my god.
He's alive. He's gone. He used all of his stones, but he traversed the distance.
Oh, run away, GH. He's chasing. He wants it so bad. He got him in the end.
He actually didn't get out. Oh my god. Ori relentlessly chases.
All right, this started here, and then it went like that.
That was literally a whole map chase. And I don't know if they got to see it. Someone may have been able to click on the Luna in time, though, but the one auto attack that hit the Earth Spirit chunked him down. So the Rapier, if they were quick to click on it, has been revealed. And now Shadow walks up, and now they should know.
Yeah. My god. Divine Rapier picked up 39 minutes into this game. And, you know, has the MKB queued up, but what do you take out afterwards? Like, boots at that point? You still kind of want the range from the Dragon Lance? A lot of questions.
It might just have to be the Lance. The Luna's not really that tanky, though, either. 2,200 and stuff. It's tough. Definitely a tough decision.
Terrorblade does have his Butterfly done also, so you do really need it.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, the Halberd, of course.
They picked up quite a few significant items on the side of Liquid here, too. Like we said, the Hex that was coming out on Venos soon, but also an Octarine now in Mind Control, too. So these team fights... it's continuing to get harder and harder for ViCi.
Does become an interesting question also of, oh, the 5-man smoke.
5-man smoke, and also there's a energy booster bought on the Tidehunter. So now the mana should be there.
Got to be so careful here. You lose one fight by Team Liquid and you don't have buyback, and all of a sudden you're going to lose your entire base. Right now they don't have buyback on their Terrorblade, and jump in immediately initiated. They've been able to find that Enigma right at the start, trying to burst it down, and they will be able to find the kill. GH is there as well with the BKB, but it's not nearly enough to mitigate the damage. Does he miss? The right click coming through, and the smoke, the walk away, but they're almost able to kill off Matumba Man.
They burst before he can use the cheese as well.
Huge plays. Kuro is dead. The 3-man buyback immediately, and now Shadow moves in, but again, he doesn't have buyback. He needs to stay alive here so badly, but there's going to be the black hole. It's caught up in the Glimmer Cave. It's keeping her alive. They can't find it. Paparazzi's a dead. Paparazzi turns it. Can they do this, though? He's already found a triple kill. The Yule Scepter lift up. He wants to turn on the Shadow, but there's the Halberd. It's not going to be able to right-click. He's running away. They need to keep Paparazzi alive so badly. The chase, the Glimmer, again, he's trying to run. The Snowball, he needs to shards to save the life. They turn. They try to fight. They're going to be able to bring him down again. Paparazzi, so much damage, but it's not enough. Rapier on the deck. The puck jumps in and not able to quite get it. And now Shadow has the Rapier and well and truly in trouble. ViCi going to get ran down their lanes.
That was really well executed fights by ViCi too, right? Just the way they just insta-perk the Dagon. Ori again now finding Kuro.
Dude, he's trying. He is.
I mean, there's a reason we were saying that Ori's puck is pretty legendary. And those are some excellent usages by the whole team there. But Shadow relentlessly chasing the Luna. But these Glimmer Capes, right? Even DY, the little things in these games, just like a Glimmer Cape and a Frost Shield almost keeps Paparazzi alive. But now a huge swing, as you said, Liquid now having
20,000 net worth lead. God, and you think about that. There was no buyback on the TB at the start there. Oh, that would have been huge. But big plays saved the day for Liquid, at least for now. I mean, without that Rapier, it feels like it's going to be so much harder.
Yeah, I'd really want to like see that one again, because like the angle approach that Shadow did in that fight for me was so awesome. Like his whole team, everyone else on the side of Liquid was kind of like on the left side getting caught by the coil, caught by the Ravage. Shadow goes to the Shrine and wraps around behind them. And that's why he's able to get that big positioning advantage for them.
That's a TI winner right there.
It absolutely is. He's 12-2-5 in this game.
DY now holding the base, and Liquid feeling a little bit sheepish after that last one, needing to go back, secure themselves a Roche.
This is Aegis Cheese Refresher, and they've already, I mean, now it's going to be Refresher 2 on this Enigma? Uh-oh.
They will have, they're not quite going to have Ravage, it looks like, when he responds, still 25 seconds away. And it looks like this is just going to be a Roche given over to Liquid.
Drops the MKB. He's got Rapier. He's okay.
He's slotted.
Shadow has even grabbed the Refresher Shard too, but let's see if they're going to pass it. I think they would pass it to my control. Yeah, they do.
Luna has another Rapier queued up, but still around 3,500 gold away from finishing it.
Oh boy.
It's tough. I mean, one thing to keep in mind here is that Terrorblade has the Rapier in his hand instead of the MKB, and Luna still does have a Butterfly.
This is true. It's a lot weaker though. Now her damage is quite puny in comparison to what it was before. Like the satanic hits before allowed her to live because of how much damage she was life-stealing off because of how much damage she was doing. Now she's doing way less.
Yeah.
All of ViCi kind of trapped in their base besides Ori.
Puck does still have that Dagon 5, has the sheep stick done, and is starting to build up that net worth even further.
Yeah.
That 420 GPM talent.
But he's getting full. He's got the choices, of course, to go for like Refreshers and Ethereal Blades and whatnot to replace his other items. But
smoke up with 4. TB gonna walk forward first. Question is, you just walk up a hill and force them to battle you? They do still have that Aegis. BKB down to 8 seconds.
I think you just force the battle. You've got, I mean, you've got Rapier, you've got Metamorphosis. Doesn't need the MKB to hit buildings. Like, it's all that matters. Just gotta be able to beat it down with the Rapier.
Move in now. Metamorphosis there. How do you deal with this ViCi? They have the Frost Shield on
Frost
one.
Shield's so good.
Still have to be so careful about that black hole as well. Each of these fights becomes so difficult for ViCi, and on the meantime, Liquid feeling like they are in a good position. They jump forward, they sheep the TB.
Just doing the poke, you know, poke every single time the cooldown's up, use Dagon every single time it's up on him.
Oh my god.
Keep him a little bit low.
Yeah, they gotta actually be careful. That's a lot of damage coming from that Dagon. With a Lucent Beam combo, Shadow, it's not free here. They might sunder one of his teammates, or just back out. Looks like he's going for that Satanic next.
Yeah.
Does feel like that item has gotten so much better recently. I know that Black was talking about it a lot. He was loving it.
Yeah, I mean, it's status resist, right? It's just really nice. It changes a lot of things because it changes things that people, a lot of Dota players have just like have ingrained in their head, right? Like how long their disables last, but status resist just messes things up for you.
I mean, the other thing that TB needs to be a little bit careful about, granted, he does have 50 armor, but Tidehunter does have the 250 damage talent now at 25.
Yeah. Oh, okay, he actually did go for it. Rather than CDR in this game. As we saw, like the game where Ghostix playing, and he has like Glides Deso, makes a lot of sense, but like the CDR works on your items too, right? So it's like, works really well for Refresher, so it's a bit surprised to see him actually take the 250.
So if this game drags out a little bit longer and Paparazzi is able to farm that second Rapier, I mean, does it start to become more tenable them taking fights against Liquid?
It's just this Enigma, right? What can you do versus like the black hole? It feels like maybe like maybe because Ori's playing really well with the puck and everything, but you're a 4 Protect 1 versus a TB who's so farmed, and the Venomancer Enigma are still doing a lot in the fights.
Right.
Still so much chaos coming out from the side of Liquid. ViCi needs like the perfect kind of... They need the perfect kind of things coming out, right? They need everything to hit perfectly like they did in that base, the fight right outside the base, and hope that Liquid doesn't have like the buybacks, but Liquid's getting a lot of farm. And we were talking about the Hex on the Venomancer. GH also just pumped a full Hex out too, so they have so much, just so much at their arsenal now on the side of Liquid.
Yeah.
ViCi, yeah, definitely have big problems. I mean, Paparazzi sneaking himself to get that Rapier.
We'll pick it up here, so... Okay.
Buys it right before he...
I see, making sure they didn't end up getting jumped on there. Such a smart little play there.
Yeah, just the little things. Yeah. Just being a little careful.
It is a sheep done for the Earth Spirit.
Yeah. So it's just... With like the soul binds now, they have so many ways now that it actually coordinates with it.
And then again, this movement towards this bottom lane, Shadow's going to pop the Metamorphosis and takes down that tier 3 tower very rapidly with the Rapier in hand.
And with that meta range, he doesn't put himself so much at risk. Not opting for the Sunder. Not opting for the Sunder cooldown. Look, he just hit it from the low ground. And it's the same thing, right? Last 30 seconds of their Aegis, they force the movement onto that high ground to take the racks. Rather than like backing up or anything, no. They're making the most of it. Now they've got a little bit more pressure coming in bottom, and 28,000 gold lead. Experience finally going their way as well. Lead. And yeah, when you're passing the 40-minute mark, it becomes more and more important about controlling the map, because you get these double runes that come out, and that means more double damages for your carry. And Terrorblade with the double damage is sitting at plus 731 damage right now. So yeah. Oh, he walked away from us.
Oh,
it was that.
There is the Hex, and that is looking like it is going to be a dead old Ori. Does still have buyback since he's got 1.5 billion gold.
That's so scary though, the control that can come out from a Earth Spirit, because you can Rolling Boulder stun, Hex, and then Rolling Boulder again right afterwards. You can get more than enough for someone else to come in and go for Ori. Going for Lincoln's immediately after all that on the puck.
Seems like a pretty good choice.
Yeah.
Aeon Disc is going to be there for the Tidehunter as well, as it looks like, again, Liquid smoke up in the river. They're going to wrap around towards the mid lane, it looks like.
I mean, their lanes are all pushing, so they're like, okay, we can make these aggressive moves when everything is just being forced into the side of ViCi.
I'll roll up there, check to see if there are any wards. Don't see any.
45-second meta. Kind of trapped in their base.
They don't have Tidehunter right now. He's going to have to TP back, and also the puck is going to buy back for this one, as it looks like the tier 3 tower is going to fall. And with that, Liquid backing away, although Tidehunter's outside of the base, and Shadow is there. They see him. This is Shadow-bladed Tidehunter. It's so hard to make that jump, though, when you know Liquid's right behind him.
Scary. I mean, Liquid feeling probably pretty damn good. Yeah. 34k gold lead, everyone's farming, everyone's got GPM talents, full control on the map.
Towards that 50-minute mark. Is anybody else still close to the next levels? I guess you've got the Frost Shield duration for Lich.
Yeah. Matu's very close to 25 too for the 3x Plague Ward HP, so if he hits 1 or 2 heroes with the Gale, then they're 3x Plague Wards.
Oh god.
Summoned, yeah.
The giant Plague Wards.
Yeah.
Enigma also has the Refresher Shard and the Refresher Orb with the Octarine Core. They are so farmed.
Yeah, so farmed, and I mean they've got a pretty much not a free Rapier given him, but they got a Rapier given to Shadow, and now he's got Moonshard too. He is critical mass.
Oh, movement in. He's not with his team though. Need to be careful. Jump in. Immediately initiation. There's the Hex to follow it up. Can they bring him down in time? Ravage going to connect on absolutely everybody. And Enigma again in trouble. They find that kill as well. Shadow's walking in through the river. The buyback comes. They're going to try and TP into the shrine and see if they can turn this back around. There's no more Ravages available for them. As GH jumps in, and there's going to be the Magnetize onto a hell of a lot of them. The Paparazzi turnaround there is though coming out, and the Black Hole TP away. It's the second one. The Black Hole from Mind Control. Oh my god. The Refresher interrupts. Didn't stand a chance, and another Rapier on the deck.
That was a little awkward. My control was like, whoops. No one saw it. I got another one. But that's the second Rapier in the deck, and that might just be enough for Liquid to actually close this one out. Even though they were separated, they got mind control again with the double Ravage. Shadow just comes in from the back then, and he's like, okay, you guys have nothing. And yeah, they were able to control Paparazzi down for the most of it.
And the buyback from the Luna, this could be the final stand here. The Hex comes out immediately and able to interrupt Ori in some trouble. Gonna have to go for the jaunt away. Can he get out of there in time? Another black hole comes out. Again. He had the refresher shard. They're able to find him. The Courier's even dying. Everybody's going down from ViCi as Luna is dead. GG called and Liquid 2-0.
This was, I mean, they got a lot of the kills on mind control, but it was just, they had made this BKB black hole, so mind control, sure, he got caught a bunch of times, which was excellent moves by ViCi, but his job in the fights was literally just BKB jump on top of Paparazzi.